Hey folks, it's your girl Rosie. I just wanted to make a super quick video because there's a pretty controversial, or at least in the gaming sphere, it's a pretty non-issue anywhere else, a pretty controversial thing that Ninja Blevins of Fortnite fame has tweeted, and the tweet is on screen for you to see. Ninja says, the phrase, "it's just a game," is such a weak mindset. You are okay with what happened, losing, imperfection of a craft. When you stop getting angry after losing, you've lost twice. There's always something to learn and always room for improvement, never settle. So, a lot of people have a problem with what he said, and I do too. And I tweeted a couple of times about it yesterday. Because I think there's a lot of subtext going on with this tweet. You can get the general idea, and a lot of what Ninja is trying to get at. If you just remove, when you stop getting angry after losing, you've lost twice. So let's go over this again without that one sentence. The phrase, "it's just a game," is such a weak mindset. You're okay with what happened, losing, imperfection of a craft. There's always something to learn and always room for improvement, never settle. Great sentiment for a professional gamer, right? Or anyone that's in a professional competitive space, sports, chess, you know, anything that's competitive. That when you lose, losing is an opportunity to improve. You shouldn't be okay with the result of a loss if you're in a competitive sense, or rather, not that you shouldn't be okay, but that you should look at that loss and go, okay, how can I improve? What's the next step to do better than I did just now? The problem that a lot of people, including myself, have, though, is the sentence I cut out. When you stop getting angry after losing, you've lost twice. Anger should not ever be the driving force for success, because anger itself does not drive success. What drives success is motivation, determination, passion, willpower, the desire to do better. All anger is in that sense is that it's an excuse to do those things, or an excuse to create a negative spin on those things. So you're determined to do better because you're ashamed of yourself. You're determined to do better because you're guilty that you didn't do well enough, right? You shouldn't charge the drive or passion for something with negative emotions. To do so is really mentally scarring. And that's why I think there's a lot of subtext in what Ninja's saying. I'm not going to go into the psychology of Ninja. I'm not a psychologist. But I think this is the message of somebody who has or is dealing with a lot of that themselves, and they're looking at it from that perspective, and they are fueling their success from anger, but they don't see why that's wrong. But I just wanted to make a very quick video about that, because I want you guys to understand that myself as a creator, that I would want to support you in any kind of way that you are going to try and achieve some sort of competitive goal in your life. But I wouldn't ever wish upon you that you drive those things with negative emotions. Because for the purposes of a lifestyle, for the purposes of a success and opportunity in your life, those things shouldn't be driven by negative experiences. And this comes back to a lot of the themes of my channel and the themes of myself as a person, I guess. I am where I am today because in terms of my own mental health, I got diagnosed with panic disorder while doing work for an IT company. Doing IT for a telecommunications company. And a lot of those experiences in IT were driven by anxiety and negative emotion about the humans that I was interacting with on the phone. And going to therapy really helped me understand that. And that a lot of my life up until that point actually was driven by negative associations, or rather my passions to do better were driven by negative associations with the work that I was doing, like my perceived ideas, which, you know, it is my perception, but there is evidence to it being the truth. My perceptions of the glass ceiling for women in the workplace, or you know, and being angry about that and working harder, not better, to try and prove my worth because I was angry at that situation. And all those things and all those trials up until that point led me on a really unhealthy lifestyle emotionally, and put me in a really bad space, which that I have to deal with on a day-to-day basis now. So my message is just that, like, I think Ninja's heart is in the right space, but I think he has a lot of, like, inward reflection to do. And if you take nothing away from this video, it's, other than what I'm about to say next, I'll be happy. Just do not charge your motivation with negative experience. Because it's a hard road, it's a destructive road, and it's very hard to come back from the emotional damage that you do to yourself if you do that. Anyway, thank you for listening. Bye.